Hello everybody, welcome to King Gaming. If you don't know already, I have a current series on my first playlist on my channel, Bound by Flame. I'm going to be working on part 3 and 4. Hopefully I'm going to try and get those two uploaded at the same time. But you are not here for me to advertise my channel. You are here because you stumbled on something Watch Dogs related, and the hype is amazing for the game, and it is an amazing game from what we have seen so far. So, to start, I don't often pre-order games. In fact, I've only pre-ordered, I think, 4 games within this past year and a half, I believe. The last game I pre-ordered that I can remember is Halo 4. And then I pre-ordered Assassin's Creed 4, but completely forgot about it and picked it up like on a later date. And recent months, about a month and a half ago, I pre-ordered Destiny. Another great game, which there's already a bunch of content videos about it. But a couple days ago, I said, you know what? I'm really looking forward to Watch Dogs. I'm going to go pre-order it. So I got that all settled, taken care of. And yeah, well, let's get to the game itself. I guess to start, I love how, it's Ubisoft. They tend to focus on very open world, very free, a feeling of freedom in their gameplay. And I appreciate that, because as a gamer who enjoys story-driven experiences, I find myself that, having that open world allows me to kind of mold the game into something that I can play that suits my style, I guess. But yeah, so I love open world games. Something like Skyrim, I love that game. I played the hell out of it, but that's too open for me. I like a little bit of structure, which I think is great in a lot of Ubisoft's games, specifically Watch Dogs, because there are, lots of free roam choices and and multiplayer and all this stuff. So, but besides that, the next point I want to bring up is the fact that I don't know if any of you have played, God bless my soul, what is the name of the Splinter Cell game? So not Conviction, but the most recent Splinter Cell game. To hell with the name. Basically, you had 3 options: full stealth, balls out, guns blazing, or you can take, I think it was like a Panther approach or something, where you mix stealth when necessary, and then kind of bust out blazing in situations that called for it, but you remain stealthy. So there's not any of that kind of rating system for your approach, that I've seen so far for Watch Dogs, but obviously from what you've probably already seen, you can have a stealthy approach. You can use your phone in the game or your hacking skills or whatever to manipulate the strategic playing field, is a nerdy ass way to say it, but you can manipulate the playing field so that you can get in places that otherwise would be unreachable. So you don't have to go in shooting off an AK, blasting people's holes in, guards or whatever. But anyways, for me, I'm probably, what I tend to do with a lot of games is I'll go guns blazing first, just, blast through this, not blast through the story, I don't like doing that either, but, just guns blazing, shoot every motherfucker in the way. Excuse the ghetto-ness. Yeah, but so, just shoot everyone, blow things up, big explosions, boom, 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 all that good stuff. And second time around, I will usually do a stealthier approach, just because I think it's a little more challenging. Obviously, you don't get to run around shooting everything in sight. So usually my second playthroughs are actually my more free roam side quest or mission experiences, because I'm trying to take it slow and be stealthy and play the game right, or right to what my role is for that playthrough. Which, about the hacking itself, I saw a little bit of gameplay actually that was amazing. Little snippet. I didn't know, but apparently you can bounce from camera to camera. So you can hack one camera, and in the same radius, you can go to another camera, so on and so forth. And the best part is, from that camera, you can hack CTOS boxes, or, the terminals that, the big main server people use in the game, in the story. Again, back to the specifics of the game, I really, really love the city in this game. I think Chicago is a great choice of city. It's almost like Infamous Second Son, which I'm sure many people are like, oh man, PS4. But hey, it's my console of choice. Don't hate. But Infamous Second Son, I love their setting of Seattle. I feel like the games that are coming out recently just have really good settings. Anyways, Chicago. I've obviously never been to Chicago. I mean, I'm a Cali guy right here, but I've never been to Chicago. But just playing, or not playing, but seeing people play it and seeing videos on it, it feels like it would be Chicago if you were there. And from the minimal gameplay that I've seen personally, I have yet to see kind of like a repeated, cloned, same exact copy of an AI walking down the sidewalk. I'm sure there are some, but their engine or whatever they're using, it opens up a lot of possibilities for just this very bustling city, and then rural kind of ghetto neighborhoods. As you can see in the trailer that's playing right now, he's going through kind of a shit town, really. But I really like this. In short terms, the city is alive. Like, it is a living and breathing city. They've mentioned this in the, little developer blogs or developer diaries, or basically the studio that made the game. They talking about the game. And I agree with them. I mean, from what I've seen so far, it's a very alive city, and not just in the people that walk, but I really like the what's it called? Sorry for the pause here. I really like that the city itself, the architecture and the infrastructure of the city itself can be alive to your benefit. Hacking, as we've seen in all the trailers, hacking the pillars to come up and stop a car chase, or I think one I just figured out from a new little bit of information I caught was you can turn on a street light and cause a collision and kind of speed through there, as they've shown in another trailer. Alright, so I've talked the game up a hell of a lot, and I have seen, I believe, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes of the driving. I know it's not out exactly yet. I mean, I'm sure they're not working on it anymore, but it's about 4 days before release. But I'm hoping, I'm not going to judge the game or say the driving mechanics are crap right now. However, I'm really hoping that the driving mechanics are smooth, and I'm not asking for GTA driving mechanics, but I'm not asking for Saints Row driving mechanics. And I think we all know, I mean, it's not a bad game. Don't get me wrong. Saints Row, I played it myself. I liked it. Just the driving mechanics are very tight. They're too tight. There's not enough smooth turns, and I'm not talking about ridiculously long drifts like in GTA 4. And you might hear me compare this game to GTA 4, kind of show the similarities. Me and my buddy, PS4, his channel's GGB Gaming. I'll throw in a link. He's a younger dude, but he's a cool guy. But me and him were talking about how we don't expect the game to be GTA, but we can see the similarities for GTA 5 in this game. Not entirely. I mean, it's not a replica. It's not a copy and paste from GTA 5. It's completely, totally new experience, new game. But you can kind of see the I don't want to say influence or inspiration because I don't work at their studio, but you can kind of tell. At least that's the feeling I get from the trailers and the game and how it plays. I think the reticle when you're shooting a gun, the reticle is like a dot, as you see at the beginning, unless you change your settings on GTA 5. It's just a little dot. Same on Max Payne 3, which was another great game. What else can I say about this game? I mean, as you can see on screen, they're going through a little list. They were going through a little list of guns. I mean, you can buy stuff. I don't know how much customization there is for Aiden himself. However, I do know, now here's another mixed emotion for me. There's multiplayer, you can have your own character, but you don't see him yourself. Other people see him. And I know I might get a lot of like, well, it's still, at least it's in there. Yeah, I know, of course it's in there. You know you've made this character, you know they can see it. It kind of takes the immersive experience away when you make a character, for lack of a better term, resembling you, and you don't see it. It's like, really? So I can take all this time customizing, setting up my character, and I don't even get to play in the game, in the world, with my guy that looks like me, or whoever you want to look like, whatever the case is. But nonetheless, it doesn't kill the game completely, because I mean, Aiden he's pretty much a badass from what we've seen. So it's not too bad running around with Aiden. Plus, if you pre-order it or pick up a new costume and from one of the stores, because I think there's in-game shops that you can use, or buy clothes from, buy guns, etc., and use ATMs to get money for that kind of stuff, etc. There's a little bit of freedom in customizing how Aiden looks from what I've seen so far. I think I'm going to be getting since I pre-ordered from GameStop, I believe it comes with the Assassin's Creed inspired white hat, white trench coat, I guess you could call it, and just kind of an Assassin's Creed look. It's a little more modern than the original Aiden Pierce, which kind of looks like a vintage old guy, to be honest. But with that said, I just wish that you could see your character online. But it's not a game breaker, like I said. It's not a game breaker at all. I like as for the side missions, as we're seeing right now, how you can, I believe it's a side mission where you can stumble upon stuff that I don't know if it's randomly generated. That would be freaking amazing, because that would mean you have an potentially endless possibility of just game, really. Anything could happen. You could run, there's as many AIs that you see walking around. The possibilities are endless for what you can get into, what you can spy on, etc. But I like this, not just here's a guy, go chase him. It's here's a dude, here's his story, here's who he is, here's his background, here's his rate of his crime, or whatever the little percent thing stands for. And then it's almost like its own little story in itself, like a girl getting murdered in her apartment, and then you have to go chase the guy down and either subdue him or assassinate him, whatever. That's just a random off the top of my crazy head example. But yeah. So yeah, it's mostly about what I'm mostly excited for the game. Again, I can't give too much constructive criticism or feedback or things I don't like about the game. I could probably make a reason, come up with something like, oh, the graphics aren't as good. The graphics are probably outstanding. I haven't played it yet, but the graphics are probably outstanding for my copy that I'll be getting on PS4. So I'm not worried about that, and it still looks like a great game. But yeah, so graphics are good, gameplay's good, the gameplay mechanics are good, the gameplay looks smooth, multiplayer options are decent, to say the least. I'm sure it'll grow on me, and yeah, it looks like a great game. So with that said, I'll kind of finish up the game the commentary with the rest of the trailer, just kind of let it play through, let you see it without my voice talking through the whole thing. Hopefully I didn't annoy too many of you. But yeah, so 4 days, guys, 4 days. If you are interested in seeing gameplay when the game comes out, just please subscribe, like this video. I'll be having content posted daily for Watch Dogs, because my life's gonna be gone. Alright, King Gaming signing off. See you later, guys.